Chris, and this is going to be my Game of Thrones Season 6 episode 6. Well shit, you know what this is going to be. Every fucking chicken in Westeros better watch out, because the Hound's back. Alright, let's jump right in. So we start off at the Quiet Isle, or wherever it's supposed to be, somewhere in the Riverlands. We have the Broken Man, the Hound. He's back. He's been living apparently the last couple years with this little community. And this is kind of similar to the books, although we haven't verified it's the Hound yet. But Ian McShane is playing the elder brother, or Septon Merrybald, or a combination of both, whatever. But basically, he's been living there trying to escape this violence. And they did a pre-intro scene here, which is very rare for Game of Thrones, so you knew it was going to be something special. And this scene didn't even look like a Game of Thrones episode to me. I mean, it was so damn beautiful, and you had a nice vista in the background, people working with each other and eating together versus killing each other. So it was very, very cool to me as far as this scene goes, and it was a gorgeous location as well. So I'm really digging this. We all suspected it, but now he's back, and we'll see if he ever makes it to King's Landing for Clegane Bowl. And speaking of King's Landing, we head over there, and Marjorie is playing this game, and I'd said this the last few weeks. I didn't believe she was buying into this, and they finally proved it. She handed a note off to Lady Olenna, the Queen of Thorns, and it was basically her house sigil, the rose, just basically saying, you know what, I'm still a Tyrell. I'm not really buying into this shit. I was looking at the picture thinking, you know, is there something in there, some hidden meaning or a little message scribbled in the lines of the rose or something? But really, if you think about it, just the act of her handing off something secretly to her tells her, hey, it's still Marjorie, she's playing this game, I'm gonna get the hell up out of here. And I gotta say, I will enjoy when the Seth that is hanging around Marjorie all the time gets her face bashed in by the mountain or somebody. I mean, she's getting on my damn nerves. So yeah, I gotta say, it's gonna be kind of funny when she gets hers, because it's coming. So then we head up north to apparently Stannis' old camp, because Davos was talking about this is where Stannis chose to camp before heading to Winterfell because it was a strategic location. So eventually he'll find that pyre that Shireen was burned on, and that's not going to go down well. It was interesting that Mel's been notably absent for the last couple episodes, and I wonder where she was. Was she just like hanging out in a tent somewhere taking a nap? But anyway, they head around to the northern houses. Apparently they already have the Hornwoods. Obviously they have the Wildlings because Jon talked him into that, and Tormund as well. And then one stood up and said no. So all the Wildlings pretty much fell in line after that. But then they headed over to House Mormont, and this was the scene of the show for me. Maybe this and the Hound combined. Lyanna Mormont, the 10-year-old girl, and she's got some damn pep in her step. And if you don't remember, she's the one back in season 5 who wrote Stannis the letter back when he was trying to gain support in the north to go overthrow the Boltons. We only follow one king in the north, and his name is Stark. So she's the little whippersnapper that wrote that, and she is a badass. I'm gonna tell you right now, I really dug her. And they also had this beautiful shot of Bear Island. So we did get some great vistas and scenery in this. You saw Bear Island, you saw River Run, you saw the Quiet Isle, or the area in the Riverlands where the Hound is back. So they really went out of their way to show the beauty of Westeros when there's not a bunch of war going on. Anyway, House Mormont agrees to help the Starks, and it provides about 62 men. So they're pretty much screwed right now. They basically had the same size army that Stannis did, and we know how that went down, because they did stop by the Glovers, and the Glovers basically told them to fuck off. That they supported Robb as king of the north, but then where was he at when they needed their help when the Ironborn came in? And by the way, that is the seat of House Glover, Deepwood Mott, and this is where Yara or Asha in the books actually took over as far as the Ironborn when they did their little raiding in the north. But again, the scene with Lyanna Mormont was great. It took Jon and Sansa both trying to talk her into it, but it took the master negotiator Davos to step up and say, you know what, I identify with you. You never expected yourself to end up being the lady at House Mormont at such a young age because I was this and that, and I became a knight and all this good stuff. So he connected with her, and she said, okay, we're in. So they're shit out of luck right now. They don't have a big army, but Sansa did call in a favor and wrote a letter, and I'm assuming it's the Littlefinger here to say, you know what, I need that favor. You're gonna have to bring the army of the Vale up here and make it quick. And then we head back to King's Landing, and Cersei comes up on Lady Olenna, and she lets her have it. She tells her she's a piece of shit. She's the worst person she's ever met in her life, and she really hammers it home. And Cersei is looking bad. She's starting to get desperate here. She's even reaching out to her enemies who she absolutely hates because she feels so alone. I don't buy the Cersei plot that she's got Tommen playing this game with the High Sparrow. I think he bought it hook, line, and sinker because he's getting played from the High Sparrow and from Marjorie, and Marjorie's not even letting him, you know, get up in there to produce an heir. But there was one interesting line here when she's cutting Cersei down, and Lady Olenna says, what are you going to do, kill them all by yourself? Probably going to try. But Lena Headey here, she is an excellent actress. You could see the hate in her eyes when Lady Olenna was cutting her down. I thought for a second she might stick Frankenmountain on her. So she better get the hell up out of there quick. And then we go to the Riverlands where Jaime is going to take over the siege of River Run, and they made it again a point here to show us how beautiful this country is. But we had Jaime and Bronn leading the Lannister army, and they took over the siege from the Freys, who apparently have no idea what they're fucking doing. And on top of that, they wear the ugliest damn hats I've ever seen. And of course we have the return of the Blackfish. That's right, Brynden Tully is back, and he's taking his ancestral home back, and the Freys even bring out Edmure Tully and threaten to hang him or cut his throat, and the Blackfish has zero fucks to give. He says, go ahead, slit his damn throat, and walks off like a champ, basically calling their bluff because they don't know what the hell they're doing. So Jaime and them take over. Jaime tries to have a one-on-one talk with the Blackfish, but he ain't trying to hear any of it. He's like, this is my home. I was born here. I'm ready to die here. So the Blackfish is one badass, but I gotta say that once Brienne gets here and presents him with the opportunity to go help Sansa, he's going to have to probably take that call to action and help out his family here. So even though Jaime walked away pissed off and ready to damn kill everybody, I don't see a big fight going down here one way or the other. And then we head over to Volantis, and Yara takes Theon to a damn brothel. Come on, give the man a break. I mean, he probably got a phantom, would he? Anyway, they feel the need to make her tougher by making her a lesbian. Then she gives Theon some tough love, makes him drink some beer, and promises she'll never hurt him and make sure she's still with him. So Theon kind of looks up in her eyes. So apparently all it takes is a little Budweiser and you become a man again. Anyway, their plan is to head over to Dany, the Dragon Queen, and make a pact with her to help her do whatever she needs done in exchange for taking back the Iron Islands. And right now, I can't see Dany really turning down this offer because she needs to get over to Westeros, she needs the ships, and she can also take some more ships from Euron when he gets those ships built. So I could very well see her taking this deal, at least at this point. Anyway, we head back to the Quiet Isle, or whatever they're calling this location, and the Hound is out chopping wood. He hears some screams, and apparently now the Brotherhood without banners are just cold-blooded murderers. I didn't like this scene at all as far as the storyline of who killed all these people. The Brotherhood without banners are not an evil group of people. They wouldn't just go out and murder a whole group of people for nothing. I mean, they implied it was them because they did write up earlier saying, you know, do you have horses, do you have food, etc. So I'm not sure if they meant for that to be them that murdered all these people or the brave companions or somebody else entirely. But anyway, the Hound's pissed off. He sees everybody dead. There were a lot of arrows in their backs, and he sees his buddy, the Septon, hanged. He picks up a damn axe, and it's time for some payback. So we'd like to see the Hound going after the Brotherhood without banners, and we'll eventually see if he makes his way to King's Landing to kill his damn brother. And by the way, I did do an older video on the Gravedigger theory, which is basically the theory that the Hound is coming back in the book, so I'll leave a link to that in the description below if you're interested to see how this went down in the books. Although it is not confirmed yet it is the Hound, I think we all know now that's probably going to happen. And then we head to Braavos, and this is what I didn't like about this episode at all. Arya just walking the streets like she don't have a care in the world, checking out the statue, buying passage over to Westeros. But this scene to me just didn't make sense. We just saw Arya last episode hiding out. She knew she was wanted. She picked up Needle. She went into the dark area, blew out the candle. She knew she was being hunted, but now all of a sudden she's just roaming around without a care in the world, walking around unprotected with no needle on her hip. I know there's been a lot of speculation the last couple of days about it. Could it have been somebody else? Could Arya have been playing a game? It's not really Arya that got stabbed. I think it was Arya though. I don't think it makes sense for it to be like some kind of dream sequence because she did go out and actually buy passage to Westeros. It doesn't make sense for it to be Jaqen testing the waif or something because I don't think Jaqen would just stand there and get killed to test a waif, and then they show Arya getting out of the canal and walking through the streets bleeding out basically. I think this was Arya. I'm not sure what's going on here. I think that she may run into somebody that's going to help her because she needs some medical attention quick. So I don't think the waif is going to continue to chase her here. Her and her haircut looked pretty convinced that Arya was dead. She watched her jump in the water. She looked down. She saw the bubbles. She saw the blood in the water, and she didn't see her come up. So I think the waif actually thinks she's dead here. So now Arya may have the advantage because she's no longer looking for her. She can now go look for the haircut. I'm sorry, the waif. So anyway, guys, overall, this episode was okay. I really like the comeback of the Hound, obviously. I love the Lyanna Mormont scene. I love the Blackfish being back. But other than that, it was pretty straightforward. There wasn't a whole lot to it. It's just kind of playing out as far as building up for the war in the north and all that. So that's coming real soon. It's already episode 8 coming up Sunday. Only 3 episodes left already in this entire season. So we had this broken man theme. Obviously, that referred to the Hound being a broken man, even the Septon himself being a broken man. He had basically said that he was on the path the Hound was on before he turned away from violence. We, of course, had Theon being a broken man and several other characters throughout our story. But I think the theme here was to show us what the place can look like when there's not a bunch of damn fighting and war going on. So I thought that was pretty cool. This wasn't the best episode ever, but of course it was good. It was Game of Thrones. I will be doing another Q&A this week, more than likely, so please leave your questions in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the Hound coming back. Do you think he'll make it to King's Landing and we're going to see Clegane Bowl? And what do you think the Blackfish is going to do when Brienne comes in and gives him the choice to go help Sansa? And do you think there's even a slight possibility that Jaime might end up helping them out? Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. As usual, thank you for all the support. Be sure to subscribe to get everything. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.